Toggle action firearms are virtually never made today. However, they remain relatively common as a result of being the mechanism that was used in two particularly iconic early self-loading firearms, namely the Maxim and Vickers and the Luger. In most instances, a toggle action is used as a locking mechanism that is then dependent on a secondary operating system to unlock it. Usually that is short recoil, including in the case of the Maxim and the Luger. A toggle system typically consists of multiple linkages held together by pivot pins at one or possibly two axis points. These linkages are arranged in a straight line when in the locked position, such as this, so that even under force from a cartridge firing, the linkage cannot open, very much like a knee joint. However, when acted upon by a secondary operating system, like short recoil, the linkage is broken upward or downward by an external force. In the case of this Luger, this round lug is pushed back onto this arched surface, causing the linkage to crack just slightly upward, right there. Once that linkage has been broken slightly upward, inertia will cause the whole system to cycle backwards. In fact, virtually every category of firearm has at least one example that was manufactured using a toggle action system, including sporting rifles, sporting shotguns, and even submachine guns. You can see that there's this triangular thing back here. What happens when you fire is that this is pulled forward and it hits this round protrusion, this round roller on the bottom of the bolt, and that pulls the bolt up like this. It should also be pointed out that toggle systems do not have to be locked breech actions. The toggle system can also be used as a delayed blowback action, such as on the US Pedersen rifle. In situations like this, the linkages themselves are not arrayed in a perfectly straight configuration when locked. Instead, they incorporate a very slight angle, thus requiring significant force to cause the toggle to open, thus acting as delayed blowback systems. Toggle actions provided early designers with a pretty surefire way of developing a safe locked breech system. However, their downsides include generally a requirement to have very precise machining, as well as exposed joints that are easily susceptible to fouling and not functioning reliably when dirty. As a result, toggle actions have become virtually unknown since the early 1930s. I'm Ian McCollum for Forgotten Weapons, and hopefully that has answered some of your questions about toggle action firearms.